Hey guys, welcome back to another video. In this video, I will be doing my deck list of my Traptrix deck. I am running just a little bit kind of spicy tech in it, but not really. I mean, it is pretty standard if you do run the certain tech I do run in this. But other than that, I hope you guys enjoy the video, and let's get right into the deck list. So, starting with the main deck, I am running just the standard stuff. I'm running 3 of the Mantis, 3 of the Morelio, and then 3 of the Pudica. These right here are the 3 of Traptrix monsters. You can run, I've seen people run Pudica at 2, but in my opinion, it's a starter card, so you want to run it at 3. And then, so it gets normal summon, and then you add the Traptrix field spell, and then you can link this off into Traptrix Sarah, and then you can normal summon your Mantis or Morelio, and then activate that effect, and then after that resolve, Traptrix Sarah will activating her 1 effects, where if a normal trap card is activated, you can special summon a Traptrix monster, but then if a Traptrix monster is activated, you can set 1 whole normal trap. Which is Sarah's just another small combo piece you can go into. But like, you usually when you start, you want to see usually Pudica, so you try to dig into your deck to get to the Pudica. But yeah, these 3 are like just the 3, like the 9 you want to run 3 of. So it's like indefinitely you want to run 3 of. I was kind of experimenting with running 2 Pudica, but like I said, you usually want to see the Pudica, so you want to run Pudica at 3. So, and then for the rest of the Traptrix monsters, I am running 2 of the Arachnocampia, and then 1 of the Dianetta. Now, you don't usually want to see this in your starting hand, because you want to search it out with Mantis or bring it out with the Sarah. But you usually also want to see Mantis in your starting hand, so you can just normal summon it, and then you can search this out, adding it to your hand. And then it also has the additional effect that you can, if you control a Traptrix monster, you can special summon it, but then you're locked into plant and insect monsters. So you usually want to search this out, and the summon is a quick effect. So say like on your opponent's standby phase, you'll activate Arachnocampia, and like your whole back row, you have like all the trap holes you want and you need in one on the field. Standby phase, activate Arachnocampia, so then if they try to Harpy's Feather Dust to you, this saves it, or just try to Twin Twisters, this saves your back row once per turn. So it's a good extender. It keeps your back row from getting destroyed, and yeah. Now, when it comes to the Dianetta, you want to run 2 of them, but I'm only running the 1 because, like I said, you usually want to search it out, and it's also just a revive for any Traptrix monster. So if you see like your Pudica or whatever, and then this is your only other Traptrix monster, then you can just link off the Pudica into Sarah, summon this, and then just bring back the Pudica, and then just either Xyz or link those 2 off. And then, of course, like I said, this is just another extender, so you can go into your link and Xyz place for it. But that's really it for all the Traptrix stuff. And surprisingly, not a lot of decks have a lot of normal summons, but like all the Traptrix monsters, they are level 4 or lower, or well, they're all level 4 actually. They all can be normal summoned, which I think is beautiful. But the ones you usually want to normal summon is Mantis and Pudica, and then Morelio is just like an added bonus. If you can normal summon on the field, it adds a normal trap card or hole card to your hand. And so, but the 2 you usually want to see is Mantis and Pudica, because you want to search out your Arachnocampia. And then for to round out just the Traptrix, it's like just the kind of the Traptrix stuff, besides of course the trap holes you want to run, I am running the 1 field spell. Now see, you only want to run the 1 because you don't want to see it in your opening hand, because you want to get your starters. You want to get your Pudica, your Mantis, really anything. Now, if you do open this and you already have a Pudica in hand, then you just put this on the field and you normal summon another Traptrix monster. You have it, because now Pudica, there's really no point of putting Pudica on the field when you already have it, or you can normal Pudica. You won't be able to activate its effect, but you can still link it off into Sarah if you need to. And then, kind of for just kind of like the goo, but if you do run this, it's just 100% standard. I am running just a small Therion package, and when it does come to this, I do have another Regulus, but running 2 of them is just another brick in hand, so it's just a small one. And this right here, if you do run the Therion stuff, it is standard. It is 100% standard. The 2 Lilybora, the 1 Regulus, and then the 1 Disc Coliseum. And so usually this is why you want to see Pudica, because if you get a Lilybora in hand, you can link the Pudica off to go into Sarah, and then you can activate Lilybora, grabbing the Pudica, and then Lilybora will send the Pudica back to the grave. You add the Disc Coliseum will activate, you add the Regulus, and then if you get enough cards, you can link off the Lily, so then you can use the Regulus, so then you get another negate on the field. And so it's not a big one. It's just a small little package of the Therion stuff, which the Therion stuff, it is, in my opinion, you should run the Therion stuff, but if you just want to go for like pure Traptrix, that's good too. And then just for the diggers to like dig into your deck, I'm running the 3 Pot of Prosperity, and Traptrix, they can go second, but it's most wantly you want to / have to go first, because you want to put your board, you want to put as many traps on the field, so when your opponent interacts with it, then you can, done, over with. And then this just helps you dig a little more. I was experimenting with only running the 1 pot and then 2 Tantalizing Trap Tunes, but then if you activate the pot, you won't be able to activate Tantalizing, but then if you activate Tantalizing, you won't be able to activate pot because you drew cards, and then pot once it resolves, you can't draw any more cards. So that's why instead of running the 1 pot and then 2 Tantalizing, I'm running the 3 Prosperity. And it's just, in my opinion, it gets you through your deck a little faster, and it's way better. And then to round out the spells, I am running, of course, the 1 Harpy's Feather Duster. Playing with the deck, the build I had before this one, this right here, the build I'm showing you now is like the 100% final build, but the build I was kind of experimenting with before, like I said, I had the 1 Prot and then 2 Tantalizing. I didn't have any back row, and so without having any back row removal, like this deck can set a perfect back row, but it kind of struggles with the back row removal. So then Harpy's Feather Duster is just, just in case I have to go second, then I can just Harpy's Feather Duster, clear anything, and then just go pop off, put anything on the field, and then hopefully swing over any other monster with my Regulus or any bigger monster that I have. And then to start on the traps, which it is a Traptrix deck, so you're going to be running a lot of traps. For kind of just the standard stuff, I'm running 3 Hoylatella, and then 3 Floodgate Trap Hole. I've seen a lot of people play Floodgate only at 2 or 1, but in my opinion, it's another card you kind of want to see with Hoylatella, because then you can just set it, and then Floodgate Trap Hole, it's good for the Kashtira, because on summon, flip it over, then they can't special summon any other Kashtira monsters, so you're not getting rid of it, so then they can't special summon any Kashtira monster, and it's flipped upside down, and then Floodgate makes it to where they can't flip it face back up. And so it stops Cashier from special summoning anything, but it also puts their monster face down. And then Hoylatella is just, once it's set, you can discard a normal trap card, and then activate that turn by discarding a normal trap card, or you can just keep it on the field and then on it, like if they clear your board or anything, activate Hoylatella, puts it on the field, and then, you know, it protects you. But the Hoylatella is just, it's a nice, no, it's another combo extender. So, but in my opinion, the 3 Floodgate is kind of, in my opinion, it's better to run it at 3 because you usually want to see your traps. And then just like the Hoylatella, just like the Floodgate with the Hoylatella, you usually want to see it so you can extend into your Link and your Xyz stuff. And then for like the 2 of regular trap hole cards, I am running 2 of the terrifying trap hole nightmare, 2 of the Traptrix trap hole nightmare. Those are just the 2 ofs for the trap hole cards. The 2 of these, you don't have to necessarily run them, but they are pretty good. And so I've seen a lot of people run 2 of them. But before I went with my final build, I was debating on just running just 1 of each, but then I kept running into the problem. I kept running into not having enough hole trap cards that I could search for or set. So then that's why I bumped them up to having 2 of each, because I mean these 2 are kind of situational. So I mean, you can run them at 1, but I think 2 is like perfect. It's beautiful. And then when you activate Sarah, you can just set it on the field if you want to, just so you have like a different variety of trap holes or whatever you want to call it. And then to kind of not really round out the trap hole cards, I am running the 1 Bottomless and then the 1 Gravediggers. Bottomless is the 1 Bottomless is good against Branded, because of course you're gonna have Link and Xyz on the field, and so if you're going first and they do a Fallen Albaz, well, they're gonna be like, I can just go into Mirror Jace for free. Well, they're gonna summon, you know, their Albaz or whatever, and then you're just gonna Bottomless. So they're gonna summon Albaz, they're gonna activate the effect on summon, but then you're gonna activate the Bottomless trap hole. And then Albaz just fizzles because it has to be on the field to summon, or fusion summon. And then the Gravedigger, I'm only running, and then the 1 Gravediggers is just for that weird interaction, just for kind of like just the road decks or whatever. Like, Dinos, I've, at my locals at least, we have a Dino player and then Miscellaneous Saurus. You can flip this over and then negate the Miscellaneous. So then when they bring out their Ultimate Conductor or anything else, you can Floodgate trap hole their Dinosaurs and then just block them from really attacking you. So Traptrix is more of just a kind of stall-ish kind of deck. But it's just, the Bottomless is really great against it because you can search it out. Like if you know your opponent is playing Branded, you can bring this out, set it to the field, and then just be done. And once they summon Albaz or a monster that you think you might have a problem with, then there you go. And then to kind of, and then just another one of, I am running the 1 Phantom Knights of Shide Brigade. I was running 2 of them, but I was running 2 of them, but then I was kind of running into the problem of having both of them in hand and then activating it, and then because you can only activate once per turn. So then I would set the other one, and then I wouldn't be able to activate it to continue extending. So I would really only use the second one for defensive purposes. And then you can't really activate it once the turn is set if you have trap cards in your grave. And the whole point of Traptrix is to play a lot of trap cards. So when I was kind of experimenting before the final build, I was running it at 2, but then I cut it down to 1. A lot of people don't play this, but I think it's just another small, combo extender to go into. And so I am running just the 1. Yes, it is just the 1. So there's a really slim chance you can open it, but that's why I'm running just the 1 bottomless and the 1 gravediggers, because you want to see your whole trap cards, but you also want to see your Pudica, your Mantis, and any other extenders. And then to finish off the main deck, I am running 3 Imperms, and then 3 Solemn Judgments. The 3 Imperm is it's a great card just in general. And then the Judgments, since it is a going first deck, you can just put it on the field and then negate one of your opponent's cards if you think it might be if you think it's going to be a problematic card they're going to bring out, or really anything. So, I was kind of debating on running Solemn Strike 2, but then, I don't want too many going first cards. The whole deck is already a going first deck. So, and then, of course, you don't want to bombard your whole hand with just all traps, which I have run into that problem because the whole deck is just mainly traps. So, but like I said, that's why the prosperity's in there, so you can dig into your Pudica and just really everything. So, but that rounds off the main deck. If I do remember correctly, I don't remember off the top of my head, I think it is a 40 card deck, so it is pretty consistent, but like I said, you are running just a lot of traps and stuff, so you can run into that issue. And then for the extra deck, a lot of this stuff is standard. Some of the stuff in here, I am just running at just some spicy tech, So for the standard stuff, I'm running 3 of the Claria and 1 of the Alipus. Now, you don't have to run Alipus, but this is just standard for the Link ones. You don't have to run the Alipus if you don't want to, but if you have a normal trap card in your grave, then all your Traptrix monsters gain 1,000. So it's a nice buff, and then when it comes on the field, it's at 28. It does include itself, so it puts that 28, and then, but I was thinking about running 2 of them, but then I was like, usually by the time I bring this out, I've used all my resources. My deck is pretty much about a little under halfway through, because the deck does a lot of searching, it does a lot of digging, so there's that. And then a lot of people don't really play the Claria. They usually sub it out for something else, but I like playing the Claria because it can bring back Arachnocapia. So say like I Xyz summon with Arachnocapia, I detach it for the cost, and then even if the monster get end perm, I can just bring out Claria and then bring back the Arachnocapia, and then it saves me from my back row getting destroyed. And that pretty much rounds it out for the extra deck for the Link stuff, besides, of course, just the 1 Link monster, which is the last Link monster, which is Appaloosa. And then, of course, which I kind of like, I don't have it yet, but I am going to be playing the Rassafir Jasmine, or however you pronounce it, and that really rounds out all the XZ stuff. Of course, Appaloosa is just another negate, so if you can put Regulus on the field with 4 other bodies, then you have 2 negates, and then you can hopefully continue after putting the 2 negates on the field. So, and then Rassafir Jasmine, if your life points are higher than your opponent's, then you can bring out a plant or insect monster, if I'm correct. I don't really remember the text off the top of my hand, to a zone it points to, so then it gives you easier access to go into your Appaloosa. I was kind of thinking running access code, because of course I am running a pretty big, just link stuff. But then I was like, well, I can put in the Appaloosa and just have another negate. So. And then I am running 2 the Rafflesia. Rafflesia is hopefully part of the M board, because its effect is quick effect. You can detach one and send one normal whole trap card to your grave, and then this card becomes the effect. So say like they activate Albion and Grave on the end phase, chain Rafflesia, send the Gravediggers, and then negate that. So it's also pretty decent when it comes to branded too. But it is a once per turn though, unfortunately. But I mean, you run 2 of them, but usually you want to only really bring out 1. But if you like, you can bring out both, because it is a once per turn. But if I remember correctly, it's a soft once per copy turn. So. And then just to finish off just the Traptrix XZs stuff, I am running 1 Alamaris and 1 Pudica. I was running not Pudica, the Pinguecula. In my first build, I was running 2 of the Pinguecula, but then, I mean, usually don't go into this. Usually go into the Rafflesia for the trap hole stuff, to keep your opponent from extending, and then next turn you go into the Pudica. But so you can run it at 2, but in my opinion, for the ratio and the extra deck stuff, you want to run it at 1, and then Alamaris you usually always run at 1. So, and then to finish off the extra deck for just the non-Traptrix one-ofs, I am running the 1 Time Thief Redoer, the 1 Evil Swarm Exciton Knight, the 1 Babushka, and the 1 Zeus. Exciton Knight is like Zeus, but it is once per chain during the main phase on my turn or your opponent's turn. And then it says if your opponent has more cards in their hand and in field, this is a quick effect. Detach 1 material and destroy all other cards on the field, and your opponent takes no battle damage. So basically, it's just a wipe just like Zeus, but your opponent has to control more cards than you in hand and on the field. So I am running the Zeus because this is a little easier to go into because all your monsters in there besides the Therion stuff are all level 4s. Babushka is just to put on the field to so you can wait until you get your combo stuff, and then the Time Thief Redoer is just standby phase. Both standby phases of yours and your opponent to take one off the top. So it's a great card just in general. So, and then that is the main and extra deck. To the side deck. Now the side deck, I'm not 100% done with it. I am still working on it. But for the side deck, what I have currently are 3 Nibiru and 3 Ash Blossom. Just these are the 6 hand traps. I am thinking about sticking a couple more hand traps in the side deck. So I don't really know. But this Nibiru, of course, is just a good card in Ash Blossom. I don't run the Ash Blossom in the main because you don't want too many bricks in hand. And, of course, it's a level 3, so you can't just normal summon it. It's more of just, if I get it in my hand, I have no extenders, I can just set it. So. And then I do have the other Dianetta in the side deck because I'm kind of a little iffy on running the 1, but like I said, you don't really want to see the Dianetta. You want to usually search it out. And so, I mean, I'm not really 100% sure, so I put the second Dianette in the side deck, because like I said, I am still kind of experimenting with the deck to figure out the final list. But the list I have right now is probably going to be or is the final list. But so then I have, the second Dianetta just in case I want to experiment with a little bit. But yeah. So, and then I'm running 3 Regeki, and then 3 Evenly. The evenly is just because, if branded, they want to go first. So this is just if I'm running as branded, I can slide this in by taking out, like, the 3 imperm or whatever, take these out, put these in, and then battle phase, end of battle, evenly match them. So then it clears the board except the 1 card. And then, of course, Regeki is just another good card because it's a board wipe. But evenly is a little better because they only get to keep 1 card. So. And then to finish off the side deck. Bless me. Sorry. And to finish off the side deck, I am running another Gravekeeper's Trap Hole. It's just, I can slide this in. It's another target for the Rafflesia, and like I said, it is a good card to have against, like, Albion on the end phase, or really anything. So, but that is my deck list for my Traptrix deck. I hope you guys enjoyed it, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.